Hi guys, it's Sunday. We've just gone into a tier 4 lockdown and the weather's not great, so there's only one thing we can do: come into work and paint some indestructible shells. Let's get to it. So I'm down here. I'm going to paint a couple of these indestructible shells, but in order to do these, because nothing likes to stick, what you need to do is we're going to use a bit of 500 paper on a DA disc, and then we're going to go over a bit of red, then grey scotch, and then plastic prime them, which is like a clear stuff. Let it kind of go off, and then we can go on to put a bit of colour on there. So me and Alfie, we're going to do this today.
Yeah.
I've got my son's car here. He's decided he wants to go from the black and he wants a bit of colour on there. So we're going to choose a little something different, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. Bit of DA in. We're going to rough this up with a bit of 500, and then we're going to hit it with some grey scotch and red scotch. So now, we've roughed it up. That's with a 500 disc, taken that shine off of there, smoothed off some of it. We're going to go and hit that now with a red and grey scotch. So I'll catch you about that in a minute. Right, so now what we're going to do is put a bit of red scotch on my DA, and then I'm going to hit this and take it so it's all smooth like that all the way over, working over, and then the bits in the corners I'll get by hand. good scotch. It's taken it down, it's roughed everything up, and it's going to key it up lovely to be able to take some paint. Now I'm just going to go in all these edges here, make sure I've got all the bits and pieces, and then I should be able to get on to degreasing it and then laying down some colour. See you in a bit. Right guys, I've got this, they're both prepped up now, so off camera, I prepped up my son's one as well. I've masked them all out, got a couple of tins underneath there, back masked them, hold them stable. I'm just going to go put a bit of thinners on them, degrease them all up, going to thinners it, and then I'm going to go with a bit of panel wipe. So this will take off any oils, nasty grease. Go around with this first, and then we'll go around with some panel wipe afterwards. Like that. I've got my little helper here today with me. You say hello to the camera, Alfie?
Hello.
And what are we going to be doing today, Alfie?
Painting.
We're going to be painting the shells.
We're painting the shells.
You going to have a little go?
Yep.
Do you want to have a try?
Yeah.
I think Alfie's going to have a little go. Might let him do a little bit of
On
wax.
my one.
On your one.
Yeah, because my one is good. Because he's working it, because this is smelly stuff.
It is smelly stuff, isn't it? This is thinners.
And once we're painting, we finish, we can show Mummy.
Yep. And we can show all them people over there as well, can't we?
And first, we got to get some paint.
We're going to mix some paint in a minute.
And this is smelly stuff. Yeah.
This is. And this is called what? Thinners. Paint thinners.
Yeah.
We're using a 2K universal paint thinners, which will degrease them. So, catch you in a minute. Right. I've thinners both the cars down, both the shells, and gone over with panel wipe over the top. So now I'm going to go over with some 1K plastic primer. Now you can spray this on, or you can wipe it on. I'm going to choose to wipe it on, as it's a lot easier and quicker. And then what we need to do is let that dry for about 3 to 5 minutes. But while we're doing that, we'll go and mix up some paint and go from there. I'm just going to give this a quick blow off. Panel wipe's just drying, so I'll give it a blow. We're going to stick the plastic primer on there now, wipe it over on both cars.
Yep. And we're on because we're not ready to paint yet.
What this will do,
Just wiping it, and we're going to paint some colour.
what this will do will help the paint stick to the plastic, stop it lifting off, gives it a good bond, also helps to give it more flex.
And I'm just putting them really tight. Pretty tight.
Make sure we get all the nooks and crannies. Same principle as if you were going to be painting a car, really, or bumpers, plastics on the car. You prep them in the same way, but then generally with car bumpers you put primer on first, and then you go over with, you put a plastic primer on, and then you go with a 2K primer, wet flat it, so you've got a nice smooth finish. But I'm not going to do that with these because these are going to be getting bashed about and chipped up. And I want the black to be there. I can paint straight over that because that goes sticky now. Wait a minute, mate.
That's smelly stuff.
It is a bit smelly. This goes like a sticky feeling on the cars, on the plastic, which helps the paint to stick. And then if I do need to paint it again, I can literally just DA it down, the same principle what I've just done today, and then same process, and then repaint it. So if I want to change colours, want to do some repairs, or just repaint it the same, I can go back over it again. This is just like painting real cars, but on a smaller scale. It's a lot easier, a lot more fun, and you can be a little bit more daring with colours, which we're going to do today. So we're going to go for some really interesting colours, which we'll show you in a minute. We'll go out into the mixing room. I've got to mix up some paint. I've got some paint already as well. But we'll let that go. We'll let that dry for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to have a look at some colours. I've made up some colours. We've got yellow, a bit of blue, a bit of red, we've got a white, we've got a nice purple, we've got a fluorescent orange, and then we've got the green. So the plan is, we're going to take the white we're going to lay down as a base. So that's going to go down first in a minute. And then on my maxx, which is orange, I'm going to hit it with the fluorescent orange. And then my son, I'm going to hit his with the Larry metallic green. And then we're going to go for like purple splatters, red splatters, blue splatters, yellow splatters, and some white splatters. So it's a bit like a Joker theme. But also with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a little bit special. And where are you? Let's find it. We're going to go for some flakes. So we're going to have a bit of metallic pop in there. Going to get that really glistening in the sun, and then wax some lacquer over it and go from there. So what we're going to be doing is, in the lacquer, we're also going to be putting in an additive, which if you can see it, so this is for plastics. So what we'll do is we'll put this in there, makes it flexible, and we'll stick this in the lacquer, so that will give it the bend and the flex, and make it more durable. So right, let's get to it. Right, so I've just thinned out my white, like so, and we're going to take some of these now. You only need a little bit. I'm going to lay this in the silver, in the white, sorry. That's it, tiniest little bit. Don't want to go too crazy because it gets everywhere. So we'll mix that in. We'll mix that in like that. We're going to do this into the base coat. Like that. There's some nice silver flakes in there. And when you lay that out on the car, it will shine through. So, right, here we are. So we've got the white in the gun. I'm going to lay some down on the cars. I'm going to go all over the windows. I'm going to go over the whole shell, and then at the end, I'm going to do black vinyl for the windows. All right. Alfie's got his mask on, keeping safe. So if you want to stand back over there, mate, just go over there for me. Like a quick dust coat on. And this has got the metallic in there, so you can put a couple of nuts in there, and it will stop any of it meeting at the bottom, or just give it a good shake up. Before we get to the edges. This one has got some scratches in it because this was on a car already. But what we're going to do is we'll go over that, and then when we fill it in with a lacquer, we'll go over a heavier coat and you won't really see it. Give that a minute, and then we'll lay a bit more on, and then I'll get back to you. White laid down on both cars, so it's just a base coat to give the colours more pop. And I'm going to do this one orange, which we're going to do now. So let's get to it. Give that a little dust coat. See what it's going to be like. So it's going to take a few coats. We'll give that a quick dust coat. Let that go off for a second, and then we'll go. Let's lay down some colour. That's going to be bright. My little helper around here, mate. Stand behind me. Right, so that's first coat on there, and we'll let that tack off for a minute, and then we'll let it off for a minute. Let's have another go. Let that tack off, and then we'll hit it probably with the last coat. Right, so we're going to go for the final coat now. I think there's enough on there. Alfie's over there, staying safe with his mask on. And then we can get on to doing the other one. that should do it. There is a few dark spots and pieces down here, but it's very hard to get this to cover very well. But we're going to do something else over the top of this to make it a little bit different, which you'll see very soon. Right, so now we're going to hit this other one. My little helper down here still. And this is going a nice green. So let's have a little... Let's have a look, see when it comes out like. That's the first coat. We're going to give it a little tack off, let it go off, and then we're going to hit it with some proper colour. I'll catch you in a minute. Right, here we go. Let's put some, lay some colour down on here. A little bit different, so we're going to add another coat on here in a minute, so we'll let that kind of tack off again, and then give it another coat, make sure it's got full coverage, and then we'll start doing some other bits and pieces to it. Hit it with another coat. Here we go. Start with the edges first, you get the edges, and then you go over the main part, same as you would with a car. Looking pretty good. See what that looks like in a minute. Maybe hit it one more time, but we'll see what that looks like. Right, okay, it's looking good. What we're going to do is we're going to give it one more hit, and then that should be it for that colour, and then we'll go on to something a little bit special. Top up a little bit more paint and come back to it. Right, so I've just made up a little bit more colour. Carry on where we was now. Get this done. do it for that. So what we've done now is I've made up some purple, got the cars painted, got a paintbrush, dipped it in the purple, and I've been flinging it across the car. That's what my boy wants, so we're going to do some different colours across there, giving it a bit of a messy look. So we'll give us a try with a bit of white. It's just something to look a little bit different. A little bit across the back. So I want to do that with my orange one here. I'm going to put a bit of white on this one. I'm going to flick a little bit of white across it. Just think it looks a little bit different, something a bit different. Give it a try. If we don't like it, we can always change it.
And we'll use the hose.
Alfie over there playing with the hose.
And when I got this, when I fill it,
So I might throw a little bit of yellow and blue across this as well, just to go with the colour theme of the car. Wash this brush out, one more across here. Ah, yeah, that's it. So it's all trial and error really, just kind of throwing it there and having a go. Just looks a bit different, something different, rather than just one colour. Yeah, I like that. One more little flick up this one. Like that. I like that. Right, let's go and wash this brush out, grab another colour, and we'll just go for a bit of a yellow. See what this goes like. Yeah, it's interesting. Give that a go. Watch out, Alfie. Don't want to get you. That's it, and then whatever. Flick a little bit of yellow on this one as well, just to break that. Stands out against it. It's just something a bit different, isn't it? Go for a little bit of blue across this as well. Let's see if we get some more on the front here. Watch out, Alfie. Right, and that's going to do for that. Let's have a bip bip. Ciao. Go and grab another colour. We've got some blue and some red. We'll go see what it looks like. See what this kind of comes out like. Be careful here. Be careful, not too much. so random as well. So you're not doing a uniform anything, you know. So you just kind of doing what feels good, you know. I think that'll do for the blue. There's enough blue on there. Right, a bit of red now to go on that one. I think I'm going to leave the orange one as it is. And we've got a little bit of red to go on. So now we've got a nice leery red. Just have a little, see what that comes out right. Sonny wanted something a bit different. Definitely what we've got is different. Might do a little bit more white. Should we try a little bit of red on here? It's going to clash. Not too much. Be conservative with the red on this. I think that'll do for that one. I think maybe that'll do, actually. I might leave that like that. Doesn't need stupid amounts. You don't want to go over the top and lose the colour from underneath, because the colour underneath has also got metal flake in it, so it's should have a sparkle on both of those as well. So, right, let's go and mix up some lacquer, and then we can get to finishing these cars off, guys. So we've got our base colours on. So that's what it's going to be like. I've got my lacquer in the gun. So let's get some clear coat on this and see what it looks like. Alright. Got a little tack coat. Coat on there. Watch out, Alfie. Watch out. Let that just tack off for a minute, and then we'll hit it with a nice coat. Right, let's have a couple of minutes just to tack off. Let's lay down some clear coat. Watch out, Alfie. Watch out, mate. Stand over there. That's first coat on, not looking too bad. Let that tack off for a minute, and then we'll give it another real nice wet coat. Right guys, so that's had 5 minutes to tack off a little bit. As hit this, give it a nice good coat. Good. Liking how they're looking at the moment. We'll leave it there for a second and then we'll give it one more hit in a minute and that should do it. Right, so it's been about 5 minutes more. I'm going to go for the last hit of lacquer now. See if we get these finished off and then give them a bake off. That should do it. All's left now is to bake these off, put some window stickers on, put all the trims back on, and they're ready to bash. Right, let's get these baked off and then we can take them home. Right guys, sorry I didn't get no video footage of it once they were baked, but my phone battery was dying, so this is now what they look like. So I think they've come out pretty damn good. All baked off, looking nice and shiny, a little bit different. I mean, this orange really is vibrant. I don't know if it shows up on the camera quite so well. And it's green, real nice metallic green. You can see, I don't know if you can catch it on the camera there, but it's got like glitter all the way through it as well. So it's just a bit of randomness, you know. So I'm going to cut some windows out, and then I'm going to get all the trims back on the cars, and I need to transfer all the trims off my old one onto the orange one, and those bits onto that one, and then you can see what they look like. There you have it, guys. 2 shells, all painted. I've just done the windows. I used like a black vinyl that you use for wrapping cars. Done that. See if we can pick up some of that sparkle. You can see there's a nice metallic flake in there. Got all the trim on. Made some headlights. Some of this, some headlights. Now when you're painting, you haven't got to have a booth. You can do exactly the same as what I've done today. So as long as you prep it properly, you can use rattle cans to do the same thing. So you can still see the little bit of scratches there from previous, but they don't really stand out. They catch it more on camera. We've got, try and get some of that, sparkle in there. So when the sun's on this, it's going to be immense. So, and the colour looks different on camera. It's more a green. But yeah, so you haven't got to have a paint booth to do this. You can do exactly the same thing. Prep the body shells, do what needs to be done to prep it. Put a plastic primer on there, same method, and then you can rattle can it and then lacquer it as well. So yeah, hope this helped to people to do indestructible shells. It is very durable. So I've done my Creighton, also done this shell up here as well, and this is still absolutely mint. And these are my latest ones. So yeah, really hope this helps, and get out there, get painting, get creative, have a go, and yeah, enjoy. Speak to you soon. Catch you in the next video.